Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. I'll try to keep the mic a little bit closer to me because I think baby Hannah has still been sleeping. Oh, I don't have any other way to put it. Oh, it has been a wild ride the last, I don't know, it may be 16 days or so. I haven't gotten much sleep. Rue is finally getting some sleep. Oh, he is a new boy. He is a new boy. He is a new boy. So I just want to share with you a little bit about his story. We're going to talk about how you can call in magic and miracles. He is definitely feeling much, much better tonight. And he is so snuggly. He is so snuggly. Um, he's come out the other side of this adventure, and we're both still, in a sense, healing from it. But he's come out a even kinder and gentler Rue. And I'm sure he'd want me to mention we've just started it. In fact, I switched phones, so I have to get it up to speed for uploads. He has his own TikTok channel, which I promised. I said, when you get through this, we're getting you your own TikTok channel. Radhika mentioned it, although we're going with a little bit of a different spelling. It's Ruru the Guru. So hashtag Ruru the Guru. It's spelled Guru. So I like teaching with story. I'm going to share a little bit about Rue's experience here and how we were able to call in miracles. I am both glowing and exhausted, is the best way to put it. Last week, I had tried to hold the YouTube live event, and he was having a very, very rough evening, and there was no way that I could pull it off. So sorry for the last minute cancellation or move to tonight. So, Rue, where do we begin your story? That's the big question. We moved around a bunch this fall, spring. I don't even know when it is because we have baby Hannah on board. But we moved around a bunch, and his living area was kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm still exercising him a decent amount, but not nearly as much. And at the same time, his diet has been a diet for chickens because we didn't know that there is maybe a rooster specific diet. And so one thing led to the next. And they say that this is going to sound strange. They say that a chicken is not sick or a bird is not sick until it is, meaning that birds hide when they're not feeling well. And so Rue had not been feeling well for a while until about 16, 18 days ago. Oh, there's 444 Rue, when he started falling apart, and he fell apart quickly. And I tried up and down to find a vet, and this has to do with finding miracles. I tried up and down to find a vet and was getting this, the bird vet's not in today, you just missed, try next week, birds aren't an emergency, and really, really weird answers. And I look at the answers, and I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing. It's why I teach a school of mystics. And we'll talk a little bit about automatic writing here in a bit because I've got a great class coming up on it. But I challenge you to find the flow line, see where things are out of sync, and ask what's going on. Couldn't find the vet, couldn't find the vet, couldn't find the vet. Finally found a vet just outside New York City. Now, we live in Pennsylvania, so it was a good little drive. Got to that vet. I don't think that vet knew anything about chickens or certainly about birds. Prescribed an antibiotic, said he sounds fine, heart and lungs sound fine, send us on our way. A couple days later, Rue is doing a lot worse. We find, it feels like flow at this point. We find a different vet. At this point, we've been going into prayer. We've been going into automatic writing. We find another vet that feels much better. That's about 2 weeks ago. She diagnoses us, or diagnoses Rue, with pneumonia and starts him on a nebulizer with a steroidal. And says that the first vet had said too much protein in the diet. Second vet had said, you've got him on a chicken diet rather than a rooster diet. Didn't know what a rooster diet is and suggested changing up the diet. Got home, seemed a little bit better for a day or two, but something didn't feel right. Take note, when something doesn't feel right, there is a reason for it. Now, I called them back. They said the vet is out. In fact, the vet is out on vacation now. Do you have this emergency packet? Yeah, but I don't know if it's an emergency. Called them back the next day. They said, follow the information on the emergency packet. Go to the emergency hospital. Go to the emergency hospital. Kept getting, go to the emergency hospital. Now, the emergency hospital is in New York. I'm in Pennsylvania. So while it's not too far, it's a few hours away. It's doable. And so I call up the emergency hospital and they say, we don't work with chickens. I know, Roo. They say, we don't work with chickens. In fact, if your chicken is sick, we have to report the chicken to the state. Well, we didn't want that. And so I got a little information from him. I paid a small amount to be able to speak with a vet, got a little information from him, called it good. But that night I went to start his nebulizer treatment. And the medication they had supposed to have sent along from the previous vet wasn't there. And so I called back this emergency vet clinic, ended up speaking with the owner, and she's going to said, don't give that medicine to your bird. It'll kill him. This started us on a journey where we ended up at this emergency center where they assured me everything was safe. And then it wasn't. Thankfully it was, and they're heroes. But at first they were saying, if Roo is sick, we're going to have to report him. This was after they took him away for testing. I hadn't been told that. That, as I've told everybody in my School of Mystics, was the scariest hour of my life, where I went into such deep prayer. I stepped outside of myself and put myself in this wave of peace, this energy to our side, did lots of Ho'opono work. And then the vet came back and said, he's not sick, which was totally cool. But she said his stomach is so inflamed that it's pressing on his lungs and he's struggling to breathe. Add to that, we were given medication to give him. And each time we gave him the medication, he would be gurgling afterwards because we were giving it wrong and he was almost drowning, which still horrifies me to think about. So where am I going? How do we keep this as a huge positive? Well, look at him. This is a huge positive. We had to, well, let's fast forward. Then we're going to get into the teaching. We'll talk about how it has to do with Roo. We don't know exactly the answer. We know that a big dietary change, his lungs are doing better. We know that he's feeling better. He wasn't able to stand. He wasn't able to walk. And now he is quite frisky, even though I think today was about 100 steps. Would you say it was about right? About 100 steps today. He also has a strange penchant now for liking to eat only when on car rides. So he really enjoyed it today when we had to go to New Jersey, a good 100, 150 miles away. He enjoyed himself munching the whole time. So I want to get into the lesson here and talk about what we can learn. For Roo, here's what we do know. He's doing much better. He's breathing easier. He doesn't keep his mouth open when breathing now, so he's much less stressed. He's talking normally. He is more loving than ever. He is kinder than ever. He is gentler than ever. He is more appreciative, right, good boy, than ever. And he is making leaps and bounds on a daily basis. So, and he can stand. He's still a little bit funny on his legs, but again, he got 100 steps in today. So I'm going to have him take a nap. We're going to go into what the miracles were that I called in, how you can call in these miracles as well. It's 555 now, Roo. How does it get any better than this? He is very appreciative of seeing you. This is one thing that makes his day, is he can see you through the lens. He knows you are there, and he so grooves on your love. In fact, one of his favorite things to do during this time was, I know some people were talking about mealworms. He actually never really ate mealworms until the last couple of weeks, but that was one of his survival foods. And so taking him into PetSmart once he was safe, and it's official that he wasn't sick, taking him in for worms made his and people fan swoon over him, made his day, made his week, made his month, made his year. So Rue, let's go get you some sleep, all right? Because you've been up a long time today. Is there any last things that you want to share with people other than to go check out your TikTok page, which I get to do better, but we just switched phones, so I've got to get things logged in with TikTok. Ruru the Guru. Anything you want to add? Now's your chance. Anything at all? You good? Shall we have you go to sleep now? All right. Let's get Ruru the Guru to bed. So bear with. Oh, now you're saying something. Oh, you are sending love to everybody? Oh. All right, let me get him to bed. Hold on 1 second. And yes, he is doing much better. We're still working on getting enough food in him at the moment. But today on the drive, he wiped out a fruit salad of what was it? Watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, plus some squash. You had some cucumber. Yeah, just a little bit of mealworms, but he is grooving. He's grooving on the good stuff. All right, give me a second. Then we're going to dive into how you can call in miracles, what we've been doing here. And thank you so much for your love and support. It is truly a miracle he is still around. There were many days where I was on vigil that I really didn't know. And they live over 20 years. My guess is if you take care of a rooster, maybe well more than that. Let me get him some sleep. Be right back. Okay, I know. Bedtime. Bedtime, good boy. Good boy. Here you go. Here you go. Good boy. Look. Here you go. I've also got him on a grounding mat. And what's interesting about that is there was an evening or two where he was really struggling to breathe, and getting him on the grounding mat, his body literally calmed down. It was radical. It was wild to see. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk about miracles, and let's talk about how you get into this flow line with miracles. So for Rue, it has been this meandering path to health. And I can hear him in the other room. He does, when he goes to sleep, he makes this sound, which means that he's loving going to bed. And he's making those sounds right now. So we went on this crazy path where we ended up going to just about New York City. That didn't work out. Come back. We ended up going to somebody in northern Pennsylvania. That didn't work. Come back. The northern Pennsylvania place ended up having us go to a place north of New York City. That didn't seem like it worked. Come back. What's happening is, if we look at it on the surface, we think none of this is working out. There are no miracles. There is no magic. Everything is out of alignment. But it's not necessarily the case. It can be a sense, or it can be a state where you are on a parallel path to your miracle, and something has to hit you, knock you, to jump you onto the exact path, but that you're following along and going on the right direction or on the right path. In our case, those places that we were going to that didn't seem to work out were taking us exactly where we needed to be. That's the crazy thing, is we had to let go. When you have a loved one that's not eating, that's not drinking, and is struggling to breathe, letting go is like the last thing that you want to do. It's not that we were letting go of the outcome. It is that we were doing our best to let go of a forced outcome. Why is it I keep calling this place and it doesn't work out, and that place and it doesn't work out, and the other place and it doesn't work out? I knew, even though it hurt, that it was because I am being guided to just the right place. Now, at the end of the day, just the right place got us on a completely different diet for Rue, got the inflammation down, is taught us so much about his health, and I think is helping in numerous ways that we would never have known otherwise had we not gone there. Which means miracles, for one thing, we look for the flow line. What's stopping us and where are the doors opening? Door opened, went just by New York City. Didn't work out, came back. Door opened, went just outside Pennsylvania. Thought that was perfect. Turns out it was a misdiagnosis, sort of come back. Next door opened, go there. Watch for where the doors are open and watch for your level of desperation. In this case, desperation for a miracle is not bad if directed properly. If directed properly. What does that mean? It means if you try to force the stone uphill, nothing works out. If you try to force your way into a vet, force your way to see somebody, force your way to be seen, that is a desperation that doesn't work. If you find that there is a vet a few hundred miles away, but you're being told to go to them, to go to them, to go to them, step back and say, maybe this is just what I need. Understand this, miracles take bold action. Miracles are not for the meek. Miracles are not for the small. What does it mean? Miracles are not for the meek. Miracles are not for the small. It means miracles take big steps, take big action. You don't create miracles by just sitting in the chair. You don't create miracles sitting on the couch. This is hard because between you and me, with the 13-week, she turned 101 days today. How does it get any better than this? With a 13-week on board and the health challenges we went through, it'd be easy to be exhausted right now. And with Rue, I stopped getting any sleep. It's an exaggeration. A couple hours, an hour here, an hour there of terrible sleep. It'd be very easy to go, I give up. But giving up is not the way to create a miracle. Now, miracles require a few key things. They require not taking up. They require bold action. They require heavy-duty prayer in a good space. This is very key to understand. So I go to this clinic where they have Rue and they're checking him out and they come back and say, I'm sorry, if it turns out that he has a lung infection, we can't give him back to you. We got to contact the state. Now, I'm not picking on anybody. I really wish I had known that beforehand. It all worked out, and it probably would have all worked out no matter what. But I was really freaking out. What did I do? I taught in our School of Mystics, and I highly recommend join the School of Mystics, join the School of Mystics, join the School of Mystics. Taught it last week. You can watch the replay. Each week we give a new technique. I talked last week about getting into this wave of peace, getting into this energetic state where you're in attunement, in vibration, in alignment with the universe to help calm you down. And so I got, thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. How does it get any better than this? I send love. I send love. I send love. And I send the right, perfect position chasing you down for your highest good, the highest good of all, or something even better, Mary. Key point. I've got an automatic writing course this Thursday. I can't recommend it enough, because it helps, and I'll talk more about this in a bit. It helps to have a practice where you come back to the universe and come back to the universe and come back to the universe. Because in this lifetime, you will be shaken to your core. You will be freaked out. Thank you so much, Safina. Thank you so, so much. How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much, Safina. You will be shaken to your core. You may not get Roo back. I can feel it tightening up, can't catch my breath. Have a practice, step into a wave of peace. Get myself into this energetic vibration. And thank you, Peterano. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? Oh man, thank you everybody for your kind donations tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so many people are joining the Mystic Circle. That's the join button down below, where I have so many behind the scenes videos. Welcome Donna, welcome Bobby, and lots of videos with Roo. To create miracles, we need to continuously bathe in the energy of the universe, so that when stuff goes down, when we feel terrible, we can switch channels and get into a little bit better of a space. Miracles like how do I put this? They like the energy of desperation, in that you're willing to take big action. But they also like the frequency of anything is possible. So if you feel anything is possible, I don't know how I'm going to achieve it, but I'm going to. By God, you will. With Roo, I don't know what we do. I don't have a freaking clue. I'm going to find it. It's going to work out. Chances are very good. Now, not if everything is not in our control. That's an illusion. But chances are very good something will work out. Miracles are cultivated. What does this mean? It means we plant the seeds for our miracles before we even realize it. And then we've been watering them day after day after day. It's a lesson in faith that if you water the miracles, if you water the seeds of the miracles, they will grow. But Michael, how do I even know what I want when I plant something in the ground? It's about how much time can you spend in the special sacred energy? How much time can you spend bathing in the frequency of the universe? It's why I teach automatic writing. It's why I want you to come learn it on Thursday, because it's a process I do. I used to say every morning. The last few weeks, it's been when I can. Because if I'm getting zero sleep and I'm like, help me, or I'm next to Roo and I'm going, please eat just one more pellet. Please eat a pellet. Please eat a pellet. Please eat a pellet. And I'm torn up inside. It's hard to get myself to that place, which is actually when I need it the most. Miracles are about an energy of creation. There's an energy of miracles. What happens though, and we can cultivate that. We can cultivate that by diving in and automatic writing every day. We can cultivate that for the skills I teach as a modern mystic. But what happens is when fear comes about, the egoic mind grabs I think they're called a C-clamp in medical terms, or a hose clamp, and it clamps off the flow of energy. It's what the egoic mind does. And it's not even the egoic mind. If I'm overwhelmed and Jessica tries to tell me something, I'll say, please, Pookie, please, I can't accept anything. Hold on a minute. That's the better way of putting it. Sometimes it's just like, no, I can't take in any more information. That's the egoic mind gone awry. I don't want to hear about miracles. I don't want to think about miracles. Ego doesn't want you in the energy of miracles, because the ego would lose control. This is a control game. To get to the energy of miracles, we have to learn how to keep the ego at bay. That's why a daily process helps so much. Now, I teach you automatic writing. I definitely want you to come join me on Thursday. It's really the only tool that I use inside or in and out every single day. go quiet, almost close my eyes, put on my theta brain entrainment music, and I start writing to spirit. What's going on? Why did this happen? Why was Rue sick? Where do I go from here? What do I do? And the universe gives me answers. But it's not just that answers come about. It's that the automatic writing isn't the writing. And that's why with my editor, before I finished the book, I drove her insane when I pulled it back one last time as COVID came about. This was before I released our bestseller, The Automatic Writing Experience. I pulled it back because I was learning that the writing is not the writing. This isn't a tool about writing. It's about a frequency changer. And as your frequency goes up, as you bathe yourself in the words of the universe, your energy starts going up higher and higher and higher and higher still. And you begin to unlock possibilities. It's about the mind space that you get into. I got into this mind space when I met with the most recent vet, and she opened up her heart to me. And now I've got Rue back on the show. I've got a healthy, happy, growing, super strong Rue. I'm like, do I have my phone on me? You want to see what Rue looks like sunbathing? Hold on. We were at the Tesla charger tonight, and Rue climbed over me. He has his own, he rides shotgun with me, and he has his own soft kennel there. And he climbed over me as we were parked at the Tesla charger at the Delaware Water Gap to get out of the car because he wanted to sunbathe. And so I'm going to see if I can show you this. It was the cutest thing. Okay, this is going to look ridiculously funny or ridiculously scary. And trust me, he was happy doing this. He got himself out of the car and he looks rather sad and pathetic. He's not. He put himself in this kind of splayed open calendar pose and just laid there on the ground going, oh. He just wanted to get out on the sun and lay himself down. Automatic writing isn't about the writing. Miracles are not about the miracles. It's about the energy you get yourself in. It's about the mind space you get in. It's about getting in the frequency where you can call in miracles. What's most important is we cannot call miracles in the space of doubt. It's okay to be desperate. It's okay to go, holy crap, I don't know what to do. Where do I go from here? God, help me. Spirit, help me. Universe, help me. But then we get to snap ourselves back to a place of faith, a place of relaxation, a place of letting go. So if we're desperate for a miracle, what we need to do is develop a practice that can bring us back to home. So a practice of communicating with spirit, a practice of letting go, a practice of learning how to get back into that space, what I call that resonant state of spirit, a resonant field of spirit. So for myself, over the last few weeks, I need to call in miracles. Well, I felt it was important. I get knocked out of that space. Rue's not eating. Rue's not drinking. Rue's not able to stand. Rue's not this. Rue's not that. You can try that. See what I did? Put my hands over my heart. And I simply breathed in and imagined the air going down, down, down to my belly. And sinking into that space. And just imagining that in that space, all is well. When you get to that space where you can believe all is well, even when nothing appears to be well. This is why a practice like automatic writing done daily makes it so much easier to snap back to the space. This knocks your ego out of the game. The ego is terrified of miracles. The ego doesn't want bad things for you. It just wants to keep you in the status quo. If you're struggling, it's happy keeping you there because that's under control. Ego doesn't want to lose control. Ego would also love to give up on a moment's notice. If you find yourself going, I give up. Now, there's a difference between giving up and giving in. Giving up is, I resign myself to failure. If you find yourself saying, I resign myself to failure, that's ego. If you say, I'm just going to give in, I lean into this, whatever happens, happens. Now you're actually in a place of infinite possibility. Giving in is basically giving it over to the universe. Universe, you drive. I keep getting, can't see the rooster, can't see a chicken, can't see a bird, can't. Oh, we can. All of those can'ts didn't have me giving up. It had me going, there has to be somebody else, and giving in to that. Had I let my ego get involved, I would have said, I give up. I've tried enough phone calls. I don't know what to do. And believe me, I was so exhausted that I wanted to just stop. But I'd been doing automatic writing on a daily basis. I'd gone into automatic writing and heard, he will be fine. Keep looking, the right person, the right place, the right, everything will appear. In fact, I've done automatic writing so much that I can hear automatic writing in my head. So there I am at the vet in New York, not knowing if I'm going to be able to get Roo back. And automatic writing is in my head, still telling me it's going to be okay. And I have bathed in that field enough to trust it. Here's the thing. Let's take that situation. If you got one person saying, I've got to protect our clinic, and you've got another person saying, I've got to protect my bird, they can find a way to meet in the middle and work together. Or they can butt heads. This is the way of the world today. It doesn't need to be this way. This is the way of the world today. This is the way of fear. This is the way of love. Fear, love, fear, love. What do we do to go from here to here? Play in that higher frequency. Practice bathing yourself in the higher frequency on a daily basis, like automatic writing. If you practice going into spirit, speaking with spirit, dancing with spirit on a daily basis, then when stuff like this happens, you may still freak out. You might still really freak out, but you will bring yourself back quickly. And you will bring yourself back not just to being able to work with someone, but being able to step back and say, where is the flow line? Where am I being guided? In our case, we were very clearly being guided to this emergency center, even though all of the different reasons on the mind of the egoic mind said, not for me. But something about it felt right, and automatic writing said you had to go. So there are these flow lines, and then I'll open it up to questions here. There are these flow lines that are all around us, that are either easier paths or going to guide us straight to our miracles. They're always there for all of us. For every single one of us, there are flow lines guiding us. As I started this talk earlier tonight, I was in parallel to my flow line. I just needed one little poop to get, that's a technical Hana speak, poop, to get onto that path. But we don't see the flow lines when we're in a state of fear, when we're going nose to the grindstone. Now, I have been in my life a pro at being nose to the grindstone. I can't look, I can't raise my head. I've just got to stay on this fear-based path. That's what this world teaches you. That's why I want to knock you out of the matrix by teaching you automatic writing so that you can't get locked onto that fear-based path. Because if you want to create miracles, part of it is energy, part of it is learning how to get onto the flow line. Flow line, the magic line. It's always there for every single one of us. Doesn't mean things are going to be easy. Doesn't mean that, wow, one heck of a journey for Rue and myself. Now, I've learned so much about Rue. I've learned so much about Rue. I love my boy, but that love is to a whole new level. Rue loves me and loves Jessica and loves Hannah. That love is to an entirely new level. So the challenges are not necessarily be bad, but we get to look for that flow line and practice getting into there so that we're not driven into the ground by fear or driven into the ground by the incessant chatter of the worried mind going, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to just get into fetal position, because fetal position, that's the ego speaking, gets us nowhere. There's a theme, automatic writing. I go in just about every single day. Like I said, full disclosure, over the last couple of weeks, I've had my butt kicked and I haven't gotten there every day. But like I went in there this morning and I went into automatic writing. And every time I go into automatic writing, and it's super simple. I'll teach you how Thursday. Do come join me. I'll teach you Thursday. You get into automatic writing. And the last question that I ask each morning is, what do I need to know today? What do I need to know today? Very simple question. And I'm asking of spirit. I'm not asking myself. And what I heard is space. You need space. Space to breathe, space to be, space away from the incessant chatter of your monkey mind. In essence, you need a sacred space where the universe can speak to you. Now, I'm speaking to myself, but I'm speaking to you as well. There's an answer to whatever you're going through, a higher level answer than you can imagine. But you need space in order to be able to see or hear it. In automatic writing, I'm able to get into that space. But automatic writing was challenging more than that. It was saying, cut back on all the things that you have to do. Cut back on everything that's around you. Give yourself more breathing room to give the universe the opportunity to chase you down. Why? There's this idea that we're creating miracles. The miracles are already there. The miracles are already waiting for you. What we really need is the space to be able to see them, or the space so that the miracles can chase us down. I don't know how many days it was between getting the misdiagnosis from Rue that he had pneumonia. I got the misdiagnosis for Rue having pneumonia. At the same time, I got a packet of information from that veterinary clinic telling me of where to go next. In case of emergency, go to the emergency center. In case of emergency, go to the emergency center. In case of... But I was focused on the current vet. I think it was 4 or 5 days. Was it that long? Thursday evening till... I think I got there on Tuesday, 4 or 5 days before I gave it the space I needed to go, oh, wait, maybe the miracle has already presented itself. Now, it's true, when we go back to desperation, oftentimes we aren't willing to take big action until our back's against the wall. And in my case, I wasn't ready to go to the emergency clinic yet. But when I dove back into my automatic writing, it was perfectly clear of where I needed to go and what I needed to do. And it required writing on Thursday. Learn automatic writing, learn automatic writing, learn automatic writing. Here's what we need to do for miracles. We need to be able to bathe ourselves in a resonant frequency so that we can get back into that state when needed. It's okay to be desperate, but we don't want to bang our heads against the wall. We want to get into that space or state. We want to clear space to let go and to listen with everything that we've got. We want to make sure that we don't give up hope. The ego would like us to give up hope. Do not give us up hope, because that's clamping the energy closed of the miracle. Then look for the flow line. Look where the doors are opening rather than the doors that are closing. Miracles are always by our side. They're always hanging out. They're always waiting for us, but we have to be able to tap into them. Look what direction working versus which directions aren't working, and get yourself back into the flow. That's what we did with Roo. Now we've looked at where's the flow for his diet, where's the flow for his exercise, where's the flow for every aspect of his life. And yeah, we've got him on a better diet. He's on, I didn't know this. Okay, this is my ignorance. Please forgive me, everyone. I had him on a recommended layer diet for him. I thought a layer diet meant pellets that are layered with different nutrition in it. No, a layer diet means it's for hens that lay eggs. Please forgive me. I had him on a birdseed diet too. It turns out that's not for him either. There are things that are called a maintenance diet that is for chickens and roosters that are not laying eggs and are not wild birds. I've learned so much. I used to do so much exercise with him, miles and miles a day, with him in my arms, bouncing up and down, or even this winter on a rebounder, bouncing up and down for at least an hour, if not more, a day, which was giving him a workout, because he would work his legs on this perch, I call it. It's a fanny pack with a water bottle in it that he uses his legs as a piston to balance himself. And he's getting a lot of exercise. That went away. He also had a lot of time in the dirt, throwing dirt over himself, eating the dirt. Dirt was really good for him. Dirt baths. That went away. So now I'm looking at, what does Roo want? What makes Roo feel good? Not which seeds. Smarter than that now. But I am looking for that flow line. And he got, I think, about 3.5 miles today, a little less than 3 miles the day before. He got 3.5 miles the day before that. And so I'm looking for what works rather than looking for what does not. In other words, I'm hunting for the flow line. So when it comes to miracles, I want you to do this. Don't look for what doesn't work. Look for what does. And put yourself in that energetic state where you're able to take action on it when it appears. If there's no other reason than this, take the automatic writing class this Thursday, because you will learn how to change your energetic state each and every morning. You may not be able to keep it there in the beginning. And truth be told, I mean, I've done it thousands of times. When the life of your baby or the life of your rooster is on the line, he is our baby, one of our babies, it is hard to stay there. But you will find a way to bring yourself back and bring yourself back, because the world will knock you energetically. And when you're knocked, you can't create miracles. You're a miracle-making machine. Every breath you take is a miracle. Every bite of food, if anybody can tell me, if any scientist can tell me how that particle of food, it becomes a bone, becomes a liver, becomes a kidney, becomes energy. We can't do it. Well, it's burned up by the body. Well, show me the burning. Is there a flame in there? Is there something I can see? We don't know. How does digestion happen? We still don't know these things. Well, it has to do with your microbiome. Nobody knows. It's magic. It's a miracle. You are creating miracles in each and every moment. Of course, if you said, well, I can't digest food because I don't know how to, you'll find yourself very, very sick. If you say, wow, this food makes me incredibly healthy, overall, you'll find yourself very, very healthful. So go to that energy. Find a way to shift that state. And from there, you can and will create miracles. As many people have put in the chat, for your highest good and the highest good of all, or something even better. Or something even better means the universe may have more waiting for you. Thank God in our case, it is Rue by our sides. A very happy, a very appreciative Rue. A Rue who really wants now to be able to rock it to the whole world. And I promised him I'm going to give that to him. And I have such a newfound appreciation for him. But even more than that, I have such a newfound appreciation for Jessica, for my baby, for my kiddos. And I want to spend more and more and more and more and more and more and more time with family based on what took place. So understand what's taking place in your life may have little to do with what's taking place in your life. It is all helping guide you, push you, nudge you, cajole you, catapult you onto a different flow line. With that said, I want to thank people with donations. Going to take a few questions. We're going to do a meditation. We're going to wrap things up a bit early tonight. I want to get with Rue. I want to get with baby Hannah. I want to get with Pookie, aka the Pook Star, aka my loving wife Jessica, and then I need to get to sleep because wow, that's the best I can say is wow. But do come join us for automatic writing on Thursday, and so many people will tell you about the School of Mystics here. Come join us for our School of Mystics, which is every Wednesday. Do you need to do one before you do the other? No. Do them both if you can. If I was to start one place, I would definitely learn automatic writing and then jump into the School of Mystics. But you can do it the other way around. Just make a commitment to bathe yourself in that energy on a daily and a weekly basis. So, Antonietta, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? Lindsay, welcome to the Mystic Circle and enjoy all the behind the scenes videos. That's that Mystic Circle button down below. Anabaka, thank you for your kind donation. Brittany Hawes, welcome to the Mystic Circle. Sherry Riley, welcome to the Mystic Circle. DNA has been a member of the Mystic Circle for 7 months. So much love right back at you, DNA. And I am doing my best. Although I've tripped and fallen, I don't know if that's the right way to put it. I switched phones. The phone I switched to didn't work, had to get returned, went back to the old phone. The old phone today hasn't let me log in, so I'm feeling bad about my Mystic Circle video of the day. Usually I have it at this point a couple, so I'll have some more Mystic Circle videos and more TikTok goodness, and we'll get this phone thing figured out because I want to share with you all of our journey as best as I can. Admittedly, when I really struggle, I go quiet for a little bit. But I just want to get back into the flow line with the universe as well. All right, so let us go to questions here. Oh, CHA, a member in the Mystic Circle for 4 months. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Okay. DNA question. Feeling so lost, I felt that breath catching during pregnancy. Truly feeling lost when we know it's time to change. Which direction, how to know? So, DNA, oftentimes, all the time, being lost, not by the amount of clutter around you. That's a different kind of lost. I've experienced this loss recently. But being lost in general is actually being light. We get confused because we don't have the proper education as far as emotion and energy growing up, at least in our current state of humanity or Western culture. And so we think we're lost when actually what we are is light, meaning there's so many different possible directions we can go in. That's not lost. That's feeling the energy of possibility. What do we do at those times? Clearly, if you knew automatic writing, I go to automatic writing. Without that, go sit by a tree, put your back up against a tree, walk out into the woods, listen to the crickets, go down by the water, watch the waves. In other words, I want to get you out of you so that you can hear what the universe has to share. This is a co-creative game at best, meaning we have so much less control than we imagine. Even with Roo, especially with Roo, if he wasn't supposed to make it, he wasn't going to make it. I increased the chances of him making it significantly. But if he wasn't going to make it, there was nothing I could do. So the best thing I could do was get in that energetic state and listen. That's what I want you to do, DNA. Get in the best energetic state that you can and simply listen. And know, we're all taught there is one right answer. And I, more than, I don't know how many people, used to have a fantastic habit of kicking myself if I chose the wrong answer. It's still in there. I don't do it like I used to, but it's still in there. Guess what? There is no right answer. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the learning. I get to do even better at stepping forward and going, it's okay no matter what. And I'm telling you, DNA, it's okay no matter what. Maria. I love the name Maria. I would like to know if our guardian angels and spirit guides can read our thoughts. Yes, 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 yes. As clear as day. There is nothing that they're not catching. They also don't have judgment. So you're fine having whatever thoughts you have. And I mean, the thoughts aren't even ours. Thoughts come from the news or come from TV or come from upbringing or come from our parents or come from our situations or are a setup from the universe to even have those thoughts. So our guardian angels and spirit guides aren't judging us. Our job is not to judge ourselves as well. The less that we can judge ourselves, the freer we are to have our thoughts, the more we are able to examine our thoughts and look at our thoughts or rock our thoughts back and forth and say, it's okay, thoughts. And when you're free to have your thoughts without judgment, you start choosing higher level thoughts. It's kind of cool, but don't judge. Just love yourself up for no matter where you're at, Maria. This goes for everyone, myself included. Take a sip of water here. Radhika, how do I align myself with the dichotomy of what I would like magically in my life vis-a-vis what the universe needs me to have? Radhika, the universe doesn't need you to have anything. The universe wants to help guide you to get the most amazing learnings for your soul on earth. And my learnings, I mean, we all came here with a contract to learn something magical. We can say we can fight it, and then there's often a lot of suffering, or we can go with that flow, which we talked about tonight, and find more joy and more peace, even though there will still be pain. So universe is always setting us up for our highest good, for the greatest learnings that we can have. Now, if what you'd like magically in life doesn't match with the learnings, don't worry about it a bit. The learnings will chase you down every single time. We never have to worry about being out of alignment with the universe. Now, if we feel out of alignment, different story. Let's hop to a different track. But if we go, how do I know if I'm on the right path? The learnings will come to you no matter what. So what does this mean? Are you saying do anything? Do what pulls at your heartstrings. Specifically, Radhika, do what pulls at your heartstrings. Why? Well, answer this question. Where did those pulls on your heart come from? They never come from us. They're always coming from the universe. And there you are. Universe is supporting you on doing exactly what feels good to you. And if you can only go so far and universe needs you to go in a different direction, she'll guide you. If we're listening, and I have a mantra, Radhika, kind, gentle, easy, good, kind, gentle, easy, good. It's why I teach automatic writing. It's why I want you to learn automatic writing, because I was gifted with guidance from the universe with a 2x4 several times where I wasn't listening. And so universe said, we're going to guide you a little bit here. Ow. But if instead we go, I am listening, universe. May I please have my learnings kind, gentle, easy, good. And we go to our automatic writing and we write to the universe every day. Or we hang out by a tree or a babbling brook or baby and we listen to the universe every day. If we have a practice where we commune with the universe every day, then some of the lessons will come to us in a much kinder, gentler fashion. Not all of the lessons. I've really been doing the work. I got hit by a car this fall. Ow. Did I need to? I can't say whether I did or not. Did it help? Yeah, I guess it did. I was open enough and was far enough down this path that some beautiful learnings would come of it. First serious injury in, I think, 11 or 12 years. And I'm listening, universe. What it means is we can do all we can. We can follow the pulls on the heartstring. But in the school of earth, it seems pain at some point at this level of evolution is required. The best thing that, for our learnings, the best thing what we can do is get in the flow line, get in the highest vibrational state we can, and commune with spirit on a daily basis. And that helps cut down on those steerings and help bring us to the place for our highest good and the highest good of all. Share Spirit, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this, Share Spirit? So much love, so much love. Mary, seems like a lot of challenges are going on in the collective right now. Yes. Is there something else going on for highest good, or is it just life right now? Mary, life is an accelerator, or let's put this differently. There are only 8 billion souls, human souls, or okay, that doesn't even work. 8 billion spirits inhabiting human form on this planet at this moment. Think of how many spirits there are in the known and unknown universes and galaxies. Only 8 billion. It's actually not that much. All who came here at this time to bear witness to this accelerator in motion. So if we think about it, if we go back to ancient time, we had what? The Stone Age. Then I probably won't get these in order. The Bronze Age, the Golden Age, or the Steel Age, or the Agricultural Age, or the Industrial Age, or the Informational Age. And every one of these ages is getting compressed and compressed and compressed and compressed and compressed until now ages seem like they're only days long. Oh my God, it's an information overload by design. All of the challenges going on with the collective right now are by design to get us to shift. Shift happens. Humanity 1.0, or talking with Stephen Greer, who's been in communication with extraterrestrials, humanity 0.0, as far as our evolution on the planetary scale, we tend to learn with pain and discomfort. Yours truly still a little bit included. So humanity doesn't shift. We can look at something like global wonkiness of the weather, or whatever we want to call it. Humanity doesn't shift until our back is against the wall. And so more back is being put against the wall to help us to shift. So we can look at it on a chocolate and vanilla level and go, oh my God, that's really bad. Look at how crazy everybody is now. And yeah, you're right. Or you can look at it and go, oh my God, they're starting to vibrate and vibrate faster and faster and faster and faster, like an electron. And all of a sudden, humanity is about to go bink up to a higher level. And at the same time, I'm going to do my inner work, because when the bink goes down, I want to be in the safest, calmest, most connected state with spirit that I possibly can be. Lots of love, Mary. I know what you're going through isn't easy. I know that it seems like the whole world is crazy right now. You're right. It is. And I know that something even more beautiful is going to come out of this. It may take much longer than it seems. It may not. Allow into the situation, breathe into the situation, and simply understand there are miracles waiting for you. I promise you this, Mary. You've done too much work. There are miracles waiting for you, greater than you ever could have imagined, if you can help yourself to stay in the light. If not, if you slip and fall, miracles don't go away. They're just going to wait for you to get back into the light. Lots of love, Mary. Shirley. Shirley, first off, all my love, all my love, all my love. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So let me start with that. What if the passing of a loved one is sudden and unexpected? It's my take, Shirley, particularly in this case, that there is a divine reason for things. It doesn't make things easy. And I never, ever want to make light of losing a loved one or grief or anything of the sort. Ever. It's the best way to put it. I'm like, do I share? And I'm like, no, but just ever. When it is sudden and unexpected, it means that somebody hit a node on a timeline. There was a particular exit point for your loved one's highest good and for your highest good and for the highest good of all. And so their higher self chose that exit point for a specific reason. No, it doesn't mean you get to be upset. No, it doesn't mean that anybody left you behind. Far from it. This exit point is actually for your highest good over time. I'm not in any way making light of this, not even a nanoparticle. But there is something special that can come out of it. It doesn't mean that your grief isn't your grief. And I'm not saying, oh, just get over it. No, your grief's going to be there as long as you got a pulse. It'll change, but it will always be there. But that's okay. But there is something very special here, Shirley. So what do I recommend? Healing. Healing. Down by the water, in the forest, in bed, in wherever it takes for you. Then when you're ready, do something like automatic writing where you can literally learn how to communicate with your loved one on the other side of the veil. Work on your spiritual self. That's the best thing that you can do. And then when the time is right, ask if my loved one could have me do anything right now. What would she or he have me do? Because you're not just asking that of them here, you're asking that on the other side of the veil, and you will begin hearing from them. At first, you'll think you're making it up, and over time, you'll come to know that they are always by your side and have never, ever left you. Time and space aren't real. Nobody has ever left us. Your family, your elders, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, everyone who's known and loved you since the beginning of time is here right now. They are many places at once, but they are here right now, and they never, ever forsake you. A few last questions here. And one more time, all my love, Shirley. Bobby, do you have any advice on automatic writing if you can't afford the class yet? Bobby, shoot an email to hello@inspirenationshow.com, please, and say that you just reached out to me. And let's see how we can help you there, Bobby. Jessica, how does one deal with the fear of letting go of being driven by ego in solving? Well, Bobby, so there are we get donations to the show, and basically I want to gift you with an automatic writing class. I just feel called to gift you with an automatic writing class scholarship. So do write us. Jessica, how does one deal with the fear of letting go of being driven by ego and solving an issue and stepping back into the flow? How does one deal with the fear of letting go and being driven by ego, solving an issue and stepping back into the flow? Fear is scary, like letting go. Love up your ego. Love up the fear. Imagine that fear is right next to you, Jessica, and say, I love you, fear. It's okay, fear. You're going to be all right, fear. Fear won't have a clue what to do about it, and fear will begin to lose its grip because fear is just your wounded inner child going, I don't know what to do. Ah. And as soon as you begin loving up your fear, the fear starts to lose her grip on you. And it's easier to step back into the flow. So Jessica, it's too simple of a thing. It's Course in Miracles, and Course in Miracles is correct that love and fear cannot coexist. However, that's much easier said than done. But what we can do is we can practice sending love to the parts of us that do have fear, and the fear kind of melts away. It doesn't mean that there's no fear. Sort of like, if you're scared of walking across a highway, there's a good reason for it. That's probably a good, healthy fear to have. But if you love up the part of you that is afraid to where you can think most clearly and find the traffic light to press the button to go across the highway, now we're talking. So love can play a critical role in this, Jessica. Kim, is the flow like being in the zone when running? Yes, 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 yes. It is, in a sense, being in a zone. Okay, there's runner's high and there's all sorts of cool things with it, but it is certainly being in that flow state. That's what we're talking about, and that's what being in the zone is in running. So yes, Kim, perfectly put. Dharma, oh, lots of love, Dharma. I got over COVID 2 weeks ago. How do I find the flow and the miracle in it? Is it my ego so tired of being sick and tired? Dharma, you pulled it off. You're here. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? So, Dharma, what I would do is I would go look at, and I would journal about this, or I would go into automatic writing and say, who was Dharma before COVID? Who is Dharma post-COVID? What does Dharma learn from COVID? How does Dharma view the world differently? Okay, you're sick and tired and probably hacking and a mess right now. But how has Dharma changed? Let's go back to Roo. Roo is freaking awesome, but he is also a king rooster of king roosters of king roosters. And now he's a little bit more putty of a king rooster, a little bit more loving of a king rooster. He's always been loving, a little bit more appreciative as a king rooster. In other words, he has changed. Now, I myself am very loving Dharma and loving of my king rooster. I'm even more loving. I'm even more patient. I'm even more considerate. And I can see these changes took place because of this experience. The same thing has happened for you. What we get to do, Dharma, is step back and look at how things have changed. That's where I want you to get to play. Because if you make it through, and you did, there is a gift of COVID. If you make it through, there's a gift of COVID. What is the gift? You're not the same person anymore. It's just not possible. Your immune system's changed. Your experiences have changed. You've changed. Your energy has changed. And so let's look at what those gifts are. Let's look at what those changes were or are that have occurred. Last question from Aaron here. Ooh, beautiful question, Aaron. I've recently been connecting with a medium who can channel my angels for me. How can I channel them myself? Learn automatic writing. This was like a setup, Aaron. This was a perfect setup. Automatic writing is a process where you go quiet, you get into kind of this meditative or trance state. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. You put your pen to paper and your angels and guides talk to you. So for myself, I tend to write to the archangels, but I also have my guardian angel, Maximilian. I have other angels. I have a boardroom of angels. We all do. And we can talk to them, and we can call in specific angels for specific challenges and questions. We can call in whole teams of angels for things that we get to work on. Between you and me, Aaron, the amount of angels that I was calling in during this time with Rue was and is crazy. So no end to the amount of help that I was calling in. And you can call it in through automatic writing, and you can literally have them writing to you and through you over time, Aaron. And you don't have to be a medium. You don't have to be a channel. You don't have to have any ability with any of these things at all. But over time, Aaron, what happens is you start to hear the voices of your angels without even writing, because you become so practiced at it. That is part of the only reason that I maintained my sanity over the last couple weeks, is that the chattering, incessant chattering in my head wasn't mine and wasn't my ego's. The incessant chattering, chattering was instead coming from the angels or coming from the guides that I'd been communicating with in automatic writing. Cat Lover asked a question, and I feel I'll go for that one. Can we have kindred spirits as well to connect with our positive energies? There are spirits, there are angels, there are guides, there are whatever we want to call it, Cat Lover, energies always surrounding us, always supporting us. It is the one of the coolest things that we can do is to start to connect with them, to call them in, to build a relationship with them. Now, I teach how to do it through automatic writing, but you can do it just by communicating with them, by stopping and listening to them, by going out to a tree and hanging with them. The energies are all around us at every single moment. They never go away. It's just that when we freak out, it becomes very hard to hear them. Bring me back to the word of the day that I got from my automatic writing, which is space. The more space we have, the easier it is to hear those spirits and to hear that love and hear that support. So with that said, I'm going to take another sip of water. We're going to dive into a really short meditation here. I'm going to get to the fam a little bit early tonight. I'm going to let Rue sleep. Jessica has been doing a lot of solo time with baby as I've been driving back and forth and back. It's been something, the amount of driving that I've been doing with Rue, well, let's just call it epic. And I think I have another long drive or two, not having to do with Rue's health, over the next day or two. And then because we're playing a little bit of catch up here, then we get to slow down and breathe. The good news is Rue is loving the long car drives for munching sessions. I can't believe he went through a whole bowl of cantaloupe, watermelon, and honeydew earlier today, which I don't know if that much was the right food. He would disagree. He would say it was perfect. But as much as any rooster can smile, that boy was smiling on the drive today. All right, hold on here. And thank you, everyone, for being here. And thank you for your love and your support. Elaine jumped in with one last question. Sure, I'll go for it. Which is it important to know specific angels and their names? Not at all. You may develop very specific relationships with angels and guides over time as they present themselves to you. But we don't even have to know that they're angels or to know that they are specific guides. When you do automatic writing, what you're doing is you're going to the highest level. And when you go to the highest level, you get the highest level help. You don't need to know the names at the highest level. If they want to present them to you, they will. Even to find out the name of my guardian angel took me years in automatic writing. And there are multiple guardian angels I have, but the main one, his name is Maximilian. He's been with me since the beginning of time. He's actually Maximilian the lion. Why he chose to come forward when he did, I can't say. Was it necessary? No. Is it cool? Yes. But don't worry about it if you don't get names. Totally not important. CAJ, thank you so much for your kind donation. And I love that it's 3333. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Sending thanks for the miracles. Please put this towards scholarship for automatic writing. You've got it, CJ. You've got it. 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 And we do have that. People who make donations for scholarships, we are happy to give back and teach everybody that we can automatic writing and get as many people into our programs as we can. So thank you so much, CAJ. And as the expression goes, we will pay that forward. So how does it get any better than this, CJ? How does it get any better than this? All right. So let's get into a meditation. I'm trying to make sure I don't get so baby Hannah is doing amazing. But I don't know if it's me or if it's just the way of the universe. The last few days, she's been getting up around 10 o'clock and then having a feeding till 11 or close to midnight before she gets back to sleep. So I'm going to keep it kind of quiet to see if maybe she can sleep through tonight. She has made it up to 6 hours, but that is starting sleep somewhere between 6:30 and 8:30. So who knows? It's possible. I am really looking forward to a full night's sleep sooner or later. But I'm good. I hope you are too. Good with however it goes for my highest good and the highest good of all. So let's have you, tonight. Let's just sit super relaxed, super duper relaxed. Why? It's been a hard week. I know it's a Monday, but it's been a hard 7 days for all of us, every single one of us. So let's breathe in through the nose and sigh. In through the nose and sigh. I went to sell my RV today. People drove out from Pittsburgh. The generator has worked perfectly since the day we got it, and it wouldn't work when they came. You breathe in. It's all just as it should be. As you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that we have formed a giant circle of ah. You're holding hands with somebody who's watching this past, future, or present to your right, and with somebody who's watching this past, future, present to your left. We are all forming a giant circle that breathe in. Breathe in. And breathe in. What we're doing as we're breathing in and out together is we're letting go of stress. We're letting go of worries. We're letting go of anxiety. And we're just allowing our energy to be whatever it is, without judgment, without attachment, without any need for it to be any certain way. This is the ultimate act of faith. It's not about needing and expecting a miracle or that believing that the seas will part for us. It's that knowing we can come back home to roost. Yeah, to roost. Just in the center of our beingness. And when we do come back here, We let go of all of our needs and judgments. We put ourselves surprisingly in a higher vibratory state, a state of greater understanding, a greater state of greater receptiveness, and a state of greater love. 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 Sounds funny, but if you can, do this with me. In love. Breathe in love. Breathe in light. Send out love. Breathe in light. Send out love. Breathe in light. Send out love. If every time you start to freak out, if every time you are overwhelmed with worry and concern, and you would simply come back to the circle or come back to your heart and breathe in light and send out love, it will shift your energy. You will begin to find your flow state, and you will find yourself feeling better and better and better still. So I want to wish you the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening ahead. I'm going to go look after. Oh, Angela, thank you so much for your awesomeness. I am going to go do a little taking care of the family here and a little bit of taking care of the me by getting just a little bit, thank you so much, within the game, a little bit of sleep. Do come join us Thursday for our automatic writing class. And I'm sure the link has been put down here many times, and you'll find the link. I'll make sure it's a pinned comment, and you will find it in the comments down below, or the description down below as well. But do come join us for automatic writing. If you've already done automatic writing, come join us for our School of Mystics. We are here for you in every way that we can. And then sending so much love your way. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Aya. Thank you to all members of the Dream Team. Thank you to all Mystic Circle members. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Mary. And thank you, God, Source, Universe, Giant Cheeseburger in the Sky. And thank you for your love, for your prayers, for your support. And Roo thanks you too. All right. Good night, everybody. And see you Wednesday. See you Thursday. And enjoy your week ahead. Be well, everyone. Night.